Have you ever walked into a room now and felt like no one even saw you? I'm not talking about being ignored by accident. I'm talking about that raw, uncomfortable feeling of being invisible. Your presence doesn't bother anyone. It doesn't excite anyone either. It simply doesn't register. No one asks for your opinion. No one waits for your turn to speak. Conversations move right past you like you're just air. And that stings, because it's not just about a bruised ego, it's about identity. When no one sees you, you start to wonder if you even exist. We all want to be noticed, not out of vanity, but because to be seen is to be recognized, and to be recognized is to be respected. The problem is, respect doesn't come when you beg for it. In fact, the harder you try, the more people seem to ignore you. You over-explain. You over-smile, you over-give, and at the end of the day, you're still left with that hollow feeling. What more do I have to do to be taken seriously? But what if I told you that the respect you're chasing doesn't need to be begged for, that there's a way to earn it without yelling, without pleasing, without shrinking yourself? Today I'm going to show you how, with timeless ideas from ancient minds and practical techniques you can use right now. It all starts with one truth almost no one ever told you. You teach people how to treat you. And the first step is learning to treat yourself with respect, even when the whole world pretends you don't exist. If you're the kind of person who questions everything, who finds beauty in philosophy, the struggles of the human mind and the truths no one dares to say, then this channel is for you. So hit that subscribe button, or at the very least, give this video a like. Imagine this: a young woman, brimming with innovative ideas, finds her voice stifled in a boardroom dominated by seasoned colleagues. A single father, juggling the demands of work and family, struggles to be heard amidst the chaos of daily life. A passionate artist, pouring their soul into their craft, watches their creations dismissed as trivial. These are not isolated incidents. They represent a pervasive struggle, a yearning to be acknowledged, valued, and treated with the dignity we all deserve. The good news is, respect isn't a passive gift. It's a skill, a craft that can be learned and cultivated. It's not about demanding deference or wielding power over others. It's about understanding the subtle psychological mechanisms that influence how people perceive and interact with us, and using that knowledge to create a more authentic and impactful presence. Imagine a courtroom drama. A lawyer, poised and articulate, presents their case with conviction, weaving together facts, logic, and emotional appeals. The jury listens intently, swayed by the lawyer's masterful command of language, their persuasive delivery, and their ability to frame the narrative in a way that resonates deeply. Now consider how this applies when you face a challenging conversation, a tense negotiation, or even a simple disagreement with a friend. The principles of persuasion, honed by centuries of rhetoric and communication science, can be invaluable tools in our quest for respect. It's not about manipulation or deceit. It's about understanding the psychological levers that influence human perception and decision-making. Think about the power of a well-placed question. Instead of simply stating your opinion, ask thought-provoking questions that encourage the other person to consider your perspective. This subtly shifts the dynamic, making them an active participant in the conversation rather than a passive recipient of your message. Furthermore, the way we present ourselves physically plays a crucial role. Stand tall, make eye contact, and speak with a clear, confident voice. These non-verbal cues project an aura of self-assurance, signaling to others that you are someone to be taken seriously. Just as a seasoned actor embodies their role on stage, we can cultivate a confident presence through mindful body language and vocal projection. This doesn't require arrogance or aggression. It's about owning your space and expressing your ideas with conviction. Now, consider how this applies when you face a challenging situation, a tense negotiation perhaps, or a disagreement with a colleague. Picture this: two individuals locked in a debate, each adamant about their position. One resorts to aggressive tactics, trying to overpower the other with loud pronouncements and dismissive gestures. The result? Heightened tension. A breakdown in communication and likely a stalemate. Conversely, imagine a different scenario. Both individuals approach the conversation with respect, actively listening to each other's viewpoints, and expressing their own ideas calmly and clearly. They acknowledge the validity of differing perspectives, even if they don't ultimately agree. This approach, marked by empathy and a genuine desire to understand, paves the way for a more constructive dialogue, even in the face of disagreement. The power of empathy, the capacity to step into another's shoes and understand their perspective, cannot be overstated. When we truly listen to others, not just waiting for our turn to speak, but genuinely seeking to grasp their thoughts, feelings, and motivations, we create a space of connection and mutual understanding. This is not a sign of weakness. It's a demonstration of strength, of emotional intelligence, and a willingness to engage in a meaningful exchange. Think of it like this: respect is a reciprocal act. When we treat others with kindness, consideration, and a genuine desire to understand, they are more likely to extend the same courtesy to us. It's a virtuous cycle, a ripple effect that creates a more harmonious and fulfilling human experience. Now, consider the profound impact of nonverbal communication. Our facial expressions, gestures, and even our silence speak volumes, often conveying more than our carefully chosen words. A warm smile, a genuine nod of understanding, a firm handshake. These subtle cues can foster a sense of connection and respect, even in the absence of explicit declarations. Conversely, imagine a scenario where someone crosses their arms, avoids eye contact, or speaks in a dismissive tone. These nonverbal signals can instantly undermine our message, creating a barrier to communication and diminishing our perceived credibility. If this message is resonating with you and you'd like to support this work, consider donating on Ko-fi. We're aiming for a $500 goal to keep this content alive, independent. The link is in the description, and every bit helps. Now, back to the message. Think about how we perceive a speaker on a stage. Their confident posture, their expressive gestures, their ability to command attention with a mere glance, all contribute to the aura of authority they project. The same principles apply in our everyday interactions. By consciously cultivating our nonverbal communication, we can project an image of self-assurance, respectfulness, and genuine engagement. Intriguingly, the power of nonverbal cues extends beyond mere personal presentation. Imagine a group discussion where one individual consistently interrupts others, speaks over them, or dismisses their ideas with a wave of the hand. This behavior, regardless of the content of their words, creates a hostile environment, undermining the respect and trust essential for productive discourse. On the other hand, a group where members actively listen, make eye contact, and give each other space to speak fosters a sense of mutual respect and encourages thoughtful exchange. Now, consider the powerful impact of setting boundaries. Imagine a scenario where someone consistently disrespects your time, interrupting meetings, sending late-night emails, or expecting you to drop everything at their convenience. Without clear boundaries, you risk being taken advantage of, your time and energy depleted by others' disregard for your needs. Setting boundaries, however, isn't about being selfish or building walls. It's about protecting your well-being, asserting your right to be treated with respect, and creating space for healthy relationships. It's about communicating your needs and expectations clearly and firmly, while also respecting the boundaries of others. Think of it like this: imagine a physical space, a house or an office. We wouldn't allow just anyone to barge in, take our belongings, or disregard our personal space. Similarly, our emotional and mental space deserves the same respect. When we set clear boundaries, we create a sense of order and safety, allowing us to engage with others more authentically and confidently. This means learning to say no when necessary, protecting your time and energy, and communicating your limits with kindness but firmness. Conversely, a lack of boundaries can lead to resentment, exhaustion, and a feeling of being constantly taken for granted. It's essential to recognize that setting boundaries is not about controlling others. It's about taking responsibility for your own well-being and creating a space where you feel respected and valued. This, in turn, can empower you to engage with others in more meaningful and authentic ways. Now, consider the power of authenticity. Imagine a leader who speaks with calculated precision, their words carefully crafted to project an image of competence and control. While this may seem effective on the surface, it often lacks the genuine connection that fosters true respect. People can sense when someone is not being their true self, and this disconnect can erode trust and credibility. Conversely, think of a person who speaks from the heart, who shares their vulnerabilities, their passions, and their imperfections. This vulnerability, this willingness to be seen as fully human, often inspires a deeper sense of connection and respect. Authenticity isn't about being perfect or always having the right answer. It's about being true to yourself, embracing your values, and expressing your thoughts and feelings honestly and openly. It's about allowing yourself to be seen, flaws and all, and trusting that your genuine self is worthy of respect. This can be challenging, especially in a world that often values conformity and puts pressure on us to present a polished facade. But when we embrace our authenticity, we create a space where others can connect with us on a deeper level, recognizing our humanity and valuing our unique perspective. Reflecting on this journey so far, we've explored the intricate dance of human connection, the subtle cues that shape our perceptions, and the power we wield through self-awareness and intention. It's as if we've been piecing together a mosaic, each fragment, persuasion, empathy, nonverbal communication, boundaries, and authenticity, adding another layer of depth and richness to the final image. These elements, seemingly disparate at first glance, begin to coalesce into a profound understanding of respect as a dynamic process, a constant negotiation between self and other. It's not a static state to be achieved, but a living, breathing tapestry woven from the threads of our interactions, our choices, and our commitment to cultivating meaningful connections. We've learned that respect isn't granted. It's earned through a conscious and deliberate effort to engage with the world in a way that honors ourselves and those around us. It's a dance that requires both grace and strength, vulnerability and assertiveness, a delicate balance of giving and receiving. Perhaps the most profound realization that emerges from this exploration is that respect isn't a destination, but a journey. It's an ongoing dance, a continuous striving to understand ourselves, to connect with others, and to cultivate a sense of mutual dignity within the intricate web of human relationships. It's a journey that begins with self-awareness, with recognizing our own worth and setting clear boundaries that protect our well-being. It unfolds through empathy, through the conscious effort to step into another's shoes and see the world through their eyes. It blossoms through authentic connection, through the courage to be seen, flaws and all, and to offer our genuine selves to the world. The world often presents us with a distorted mirror, reflecting back images of power, dominance, and competition. But within each of us lies the seed of a different reality, a reality where respect is the foundation, where connection is the currency, and where vulnerability is the key to unlocking true intimacy. The true practice begins now, not in some distant future, but in the quiet spaces between breaths, in the mindful choices we make every day. It begins with a gentle shift in perspective, a willingness to see beyond the surface, to hear the unspoken, and to connect with the humanity that binds us all. Let us choose to cultivate respect, not as a mere social convention, but as a guiding principle, a compass that points us toward a more compassionate, equitable, and fulfilling world. If this message spoke to you, and you'd like to support this kind of content, consider buying me a coffee on Ko-fi. We're working toward a goal of $500 to keep this project alive and growing. Every contribution, no matter how small, helps keep these ideas flowing into the world. And if you can't donate right now, just sharing this video already means a lot.